So if you ask me what should I post for my organic social media content, I'm going to tell you to try a couple of things first, because what works in one area doesn't work in another. And I've seen different areas, and now that comes with a disclaimer. So I've seen in different areas where, people post walk around videos of the cars they have on the lot, either in Spanish or English, and they do, from the outside, they look like they garner a lot of clicks and comments and whatnot. But I'm going to push that one step further. If you see that you're just posting pictures of vehicles or video walkarounds of vehicles is garnering a lot of likes and comments, by who? Who's liking and who's commenting on it? Because the whole point of an organic social media strategy is to expand your reach, to get more eyeballs, right? So if the same 15, 20, 30 people are liking and commenting on every single post, that's not really expanding your reach. So how do you expand your reach? So using platforms like TikTok, using Reels, using video on your Facebook feed, and creating some engaging content. Develop a strategy for your store, for your area. Where is your store located? Do you want it to be funny? Do you want it to be informative? Do you want it to be casual? Do you want it to be a kind of like, this is what happens at our dealership, we're subject matter experts? So what is the strategy that you want to run with on your social media accounts? And then you need to create a plan around that. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you're not willing to put the time, money, and identify individuals that will do this for you, then don't bother. Because if you're going to go into it with a half-ass attitude, you're going to get a half-ass return. But if you really want to organically expand the reach of your social media accounts, those are what's required. There was required resources, creativity, money, and time. There's absolutely the biggest, I guess, thing that a lot of dealerships don't want to give for social media is time. So you have to pay someone accordingly to give up that time to do those social media posts. Because if you're asking your salesman, hey, one of your salesmen's great at social media, so you're going to ask them to post all the time on social media, that's not really fair. He doesn't make money unless you're paying him extra. He doesn't make money on posting on social media. So make it fair and you'll get a better quality of content. So what should you post? So if you go down, and my usual suspects that I always like, Casa Nissan, Valley High Toyota, Charlie Clark Nissan in El Paso, those are the ones I like. Those are the ones that I follow, that I like their content. They develop strategy. They have a strategy. They come to their social media from a point of being either informative, funny, engaging, or subject matter experts. So, and that gets new eyeballs, that gets new followers. So I would really challenge you to make sure that you're looking at, if you know your community, like if you're not new to your community and you know what makes people click, if you know what that community, let's say you're in Prescott, in Arizona. Well, there's a lot of history in Prescott. There's a lot of beautiful places in Prescott. The oldest rodeo in the United States is in Prescott, I think. So there's a lot of different ways that you can play that up with your vehicles, driving around the square in the downtown part of Prescott, things like that are familiar to the people there, that you can point out, this is our car driving through snow in Prescott. This is our car driving on a back trail in Prescott. We know you go down to the valley a lot if you have a second home up here. Things like that actually speak to people living in Prescott. That really is how you're going to win over your particular market. If you know that high school football, or there's a college there and the college football team is really big, if it's a hockey team, there's 9 different ways that you can do that. You can do giveaways for tickets to the local college games, or to the local hockey games, or to the minor league baseball games. Those aren't as expensive as you think. If you have, we're lucky enough in Arizona, we've got a lot of different kind of professional and semi-professional teams. You could get tickets to a lot of those events and give those away, and do contests where we guess how many footballs that we fit into this car, guess how long that Bob can stay in the trunk of a car. That one might be a little bit controversial. Anyway, but there's a lot of different things that you can do from that aspect of it. There's a lot of trends on TikTok right now. If you go to TikTok and you go into the search bar and you look up hashtag trends, you can look up, there's always a ton of different stuff, dances or challenges or anything like that you can do on TikTok if you want to follow that route. Now, let's say you want to follow the route of the subject matter expert. That one, you need to figure out your platform. So if your platform is, like me, I found that I was in my consultant job, I was driving a lot. So I had a lot of time between store visits. I was in a car sometimes 3-4 hours driving at a clip. So I chose to, mostly just to keep myself awake, but it ended up being something people were really interested in, is filming videos that people can then watch and learn different things that I've been learning throughout my time as a consultant. Or I can impart something that I learned along the way that could help them. So if that's not exactly something that's convenient for you at a dealership, maybe you're in a service bay. Maybe you want to talk about the importance of checking the brake pads and rotating your tires and getting your oil change regularly, or keeping up with the maintenance on your car, or different things. There's a whole plethora of different things you can do from a service aspect on your car. Because if you Google right now and look for videos about top 10 tips for my car, for keeping my car well maintained, or top 10 tips for keeping my engine running a long time, or whatever, it's very outdated videos, and I guarantee there's probably not one for your particular brand if you're at an OEM branded store. So from a service aspect, you can come across as a subject matter expert by offering that kind of advice, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time. It doesn't take a whole lot of writing. Some of that stuff, for most technicians that I know, are very well versed in the engines that they service, so they can speak from that just off the cuff. They don't have to study for it or read lines or anything. So if you want to come at it from a sales perspective, I would highly recommend talking to people about maybe how to get the best deal. And I know that sounds contradictory to being in sales, but if you establish yourself as that subject matter expert and you're coming from a point of trust, how many more deals do you think you're going to get, as opposed to, people know about the sales process. There's not a lot of people now who, don't have a giant chip on their shoulder about buying a car. So make that process more transparent for your particular dealership. Here's what we charge for finance. Here's how we organize a lease. Here's what we would recommend if your credit score is below 600 that you do first. Here's what we would recommend if you're looking to pay cash for a car. So different things that you can offer people from a subject matter expert perspective that teaches them about buying a car and maintaining a car. Those types of things, those are what people are looking for. Those are things of value that you can offer for people and establish your business as the subject matter expert for all things car related. And if you're getting that extra reach, if you're out in front of those extra eyeballs and you've established yourself as a subject matter expert, where do you think they're going to look first when they're buying a car? I'll wait. So make the extra effort up front and establish your store as a subject matter expert in everything that you do and sell. And then you're not having to hunt down people so much, pay so much for that high funnel, mid funnel, low funnel marketing, because you've got the organic content to drive the followers. So hope that helps this week. Happy selling.